Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, welcome back to Final Fantasy IX and our perfect Excalibur II walkthrough, which is using Atomis's guide over at GameFAQs with a link in the description, so you can follow that along as well. And this is section D1-13 in that guide, and today should be quite an easy episode, so we can relax a little bit with this one. We're going to be taking a bit of a detour, getting a brand new weapon for Vivi, which has some nice magic spells attached to it, and picking up some Chocographs. Actually, that weapon comes from a Chocograph. And then we're going to be making our way over to Burma-Sea to finish off. So if you enjoy watching, don't forget to leave a like, and let's get started with today's show. So for this fairly simple episode then, as I alluded to a moment ago, we're going to be collecting some Chocographs. And in fact, we're going to be collecting all 3 Chocographs that we've collected up until this point. So the first one that we're going to be going for is the Healing Shore Chocograph. So just make your way over to this beach area here, and you'll see the Chocobo tracks. Make sure you use the Geishore Greens on those Chocobo tracks. I did tell you to make sure you got at least 6 before you left the Chocobo Forest. And you can go ahead, and you do just need to actually select the Chocograph before you can search for them. So we'll go down to Healing Shore here. And then the Chocograph you want is located just about here actually. So we'll go ahead and pick that up, and then you might want to put the speed up function on, because there's a cutscene for this particular Chocograph that we're going to have to get through. But this is a good one to get first, because it gives us access then to one of the other 2 Chocographs we're going to be getting next, since we'll be able to traverse the rivers. And there we have it, we have our River Chocobo, as I've come to know it as after playing Final Fantasy VII so much. But that was the reef transformation that we collected. So we're going to head back at this point, and we're going to make our way all the way back to the grotto. Okay, because the next 2 Chocographs we need are back on the other side of the grotto, where, well, close actually to the Chocobo Forest that we went to previously. So we're going to make our way through the grotto. I would advise keeping the disable enemy encounters option on. If you can't do that because you're playing on a system that doesn't allow it, then you will need to avoid all encounters. So as you're traversing the world map in this section, just make sure you're saving every few feet or so. You know, not too often, because that'll waste time in itself. But just save every now and then so that you can reset the random encounter RNG. So if you do encounter an enemy, you can reload. Back near the Chocobo Forest, make sure you avoid that black mage, by the way, in the cave. You're going to want to use another Geishore Greens on the tracks outside the forest. There we go, call Choco once more. And we're just going to make our way over the bridge, or you can use your new River Chocobo. And we need to once again select the one that we want, which is Streamside in this occasion, not Small Beach. And it's just here. So grab our items from that, and then staying around this side, we're going to head out into the water from here. Just select Small Beach first, because we'll have to do it later anyway. And then you want to go out to the small little island that's just opposite here, and there's the next treasure chest. And we get the Oak Staff, which is what we've actually come out for, really. That was the main purpose of this detour, which is going to come in useful in the next battle. So we're going to head over now back to the grotto itself. So same way that we've been coming to and fro up until this point. And what we're going to want to do is give Vivi his Oak Staff immediately, because it has the stop magic spell, and that's what we're really after. So now we're going to engage with the Black Mage we've been avoiding for so long. Killing him will give us access to the next Gizmaluke's bell. And what we want to do, we can still try and petrify them with Queener, but we can also cast stop on them now, so we shouldn't be struggling too much with finishing this battle without having to get experience. So we're going to cast stop. And stop can miss, just like the petrification can miss, which is a bit of a nuisance, but at least you've got double chance now. If you do take too long with this battle, or if you accidentally end up killing one, then it might just be a good idea to reload at that point. Just use your continue, you don't need to use your normal load game, of course. And there's an example that stop can miss. I think it does have a higher success chance than the needle fork petrifying. But it's still annoying, of course, when it does miss. So the guide says that if you miss after 2 turns, then you should restart. But this is technically the 3rd turn. But because we've got the speed up function I've been using to get to the ATB, it's not really been that important. You could also use the battle helper assistant one. But that will have to put you into trance mode. You have to get through that as well. Right then, so once you've taken care of those, you'll get the Gizmaloot Bell, as I said. And then we're going to just basically make our way back out of the grotto here. And once we're outside, we're just going to head north a little bit. And that'll bring us outside Bermesia, which is also the end of this section. So as I said, not a challenging one, shouldn't take you long at all. And the guide says 6 minutes, but I think we did it a bit quicker than that. So I'll just save and we'll have a look at the time. So the target time on Thomas's guide is actually 2 hours and 39 minutes. And ours is 2 hours and 38 minutes. 43 seconds for him, 45 for us. So we're actually a minute ahead of schedule now. And that's because the recommended time for completing that section is 6 minutes. And we actually did it, as you can see by my previous save, in little over 4 minutes. So we are making up for the lost time that we caught previously. So we are actually getting ahead of schedule now, which is nice. And next time we're going to be doing some more Type A battles with those mages, which should be interesting. So we're going to have to go for more stops and petrifies. But we'll also be heading on into Bermesia as well. So do come and join me for that. And if you've enjoyed watching today, don't forget to leave a like. And I'll see you soon for more FF9.